Hello everyone, welcome to Tech Systems. In this video we will talk about DGP drawings. After watching this video you will learn about different type of hardware points used in control systems, and also you will learn about the DGP drawings. I already made a video related to the DDC panel. If you did not watch that video, I would recommend you to click on the link on your screen to watch that video first. So let's have a brief look at the point types which we already discussed in previous videos. We have four different types of hardware points used in control systems. First is digital output, digital input, analog output, and analog input. First of all, digital output is a two-state output signal which is also known as a relay output signal. This signal is used to command the fan, and also it can be used to control the on-off type dampers. So this digital output signal is like a switch which you use to turn on and off a light in your home. Then we have a digital input to monitor the signals. For example, fan run status from the contactor in the MCC panel is a digital input signal. A signal from the DPS installed on the fan is also a digital input signal. And also our heater run status from the heater contactor is also a digital input signal. And then we have an analog output. Analog signal is a continuous signal. It is can be a 0 to 10 volt signal or 4 to 20 milliampere signal. Examples of analog output signals are valve actuator control for the modulating control valve. We need this valve to be open from 0 to 100%. So whatsoever voltage we will give, it will open only to that percent. For example, if I give 2 volts signal, the valve will be open only by 20%. Similarly, for 50% open, I will give 5 volt signal. So then another example is modulating damper control, and then VFD speed control is also an analog output signal. Similarly, analog inputs are also 0 to 10 or 4 to 20 milliampere signals. These can be valve actuator feedback, value from the temperature sensor. It can be a 0 to 10 volt signal or NTC 20K, 10K or other like PT1000 depending on the temperature sensor type. So these are also types of analog inputs. Then feedback from the VFD is also an analog input signal. So hopefully now you have the understanding about the different type of points. Now we will go to the DGP drawing and understand how to read and understand the DGP drawing. So here is the drawing of our DGP panel. This is the first page which shows wiring of the module and also the wiring of the fuse and the transformers. So first of all, here we have 220 volt incoming power supply which is coming through a MCB, and after that we have a transformer which is being fed through a fuse, and on the output of the transformer we also have a fuse. This transformer is converting 220 volts to 24 volt AC, which is powering our controller. Here we are using AxleWeb 2 controller from Honeywell, which we already discussed in a DDC panel video. Then we have mixed IO modules. These are input output modules. Mixed IO means these modules have analog output, analog input, digital output and digital input points. So you can have a look at the datasheet of this IO module. This model number is CLIOP 831 from Honeywell. So you can have a look at the datasheet for more better understanding. Here we have a fan for ventilation inside the panel, and then there is another transformer. This transformer is feeding the IO modules and our field devices. So we have two transformers. One transformer is only for the controller, and another transformer is for the IO modules and for the field devices. Each mixed IO module is being fed by a separate fuse. As you can see here, CF1 is feeding module 1, CF2 is feeding module 2. So this is very important to understand this wiring, because sometimes maybe if this some module is not being turned on and there is no power in that module, so you have to go back to the drawing and know that where is the problem. And then you will see here, these are on each cable there is a number. This is a cable number, so you will find this number inside the panel. For example, this cable is 3 number, okay. The cable coming out of CF1 is 18 number, so this 18 number cable is going to the module, so you can like trace it back to the fuse from the module. Then it is similarly the cable number is 22. So it is very important to know what all these things means in a drawing. And then we have another fuses like here CF18, 19, 20. These are for the field devices and also for the relays being used. So here if you want to know where this fuse is feeding, here it is mentioned like 11, this is page, and 0 means section of the page. For example, here you can see 0, 1, 2, 3. So or by clicking this one I can directly go to that page. So if you have hardware drawing, then you have to go to the 11 number page and 0 section of that page, where you will see that this fuse is feeding. Similarly, this fuse is feeding on 12th page of the drawing. This is on 13th. So this is like this. You can trace this fuse where they are feeding. As you can see here, now from the controller we have two RS485 ports. These are like for communication. One is going to the RS485, is going to XC1 2 terminals. We have terminated it for like later use if we have to use it for the Modbus, or we have to connect this to a slave panel, so we can use this terminal. And then channel 2 we are using for communication with these modules, with our IO modules over the panel bus. This is a panel bus communication, so all modules are looped together for the communication, and from here it is going to the next module. As you can see here, then it is coming to the next module, and up to 15 modules we have in this panel. This is a big panel. And then we have, these are all digital input modules, CLIOP 8231. These have only 12 number of digital input modules points. Then this cable from the last module is going to terminal XC134. So why this is going there? If there is another slave panel, we can connect that panel in the same loop, so that it will be communicating over the same channel. So it is optional, and if it is required it will be used. Otherwise, if you have only one panel, it will not be used, or even it will, these terminals will not be there. So now let's start with digital output points. First of all, we have here this module number 1, CLIOP 831 mix IO module. This is module number 1. This is digital output 1, okay. And what is the description of this point? This is FIA, supply fan start stop command. Then how is the wiring done? Here we are using a relay between the module and the terminals for the command. Why we are using this relay? This is optional if your module is supporting 230 volts, but in our case this module is only supporting 24 volt AC to be passed through the relay contacts, while the voltage from the MCC panel was 230 volts. That's why we used a relay between this for the safety. Otherwise my panel relay would be damaged. So if your module is supporting 24 volt and 230 volt AC and the contact ratings are enough, then you may not find this relay in your panel, and this relay will be directly connected to the terminals. But in our case it is opposite. Here we have CL1, this is control line 1, this is 24 volt AC, which is going to the input of the panel. This is 35 number terminal you will find on the module, and then from there we are taking out from the 29 number and feeding the relay coil. Then on the other end neutral is directly connected. So whenever we will give command to this DO1, this relay will be energized, and here KR1, this is the KR1 relay, this relay contact will be closed and our fan will start. Here is the terminal number where this command shall be connected. This is XC is the tag, and 1 2 is the terminal where we will connect this start stop command. Similarly, for all the fans it is similar. We have only 2 points for the fan command. We need only 2 terminals. And then here we have damper. Here we have need 3 terminals. Why? Because for the damper wiring, as we saw in the field devices wirings, we also need a 24 volt power supply for the damper, and then we need on off command. So here, as you can see, Keyer 5 is the relay to turn on and off this damper, or open or close the damper. Then on the damper also need a 24 volt power supply. So this 24 volt power supply is coming from where? This CL and CN. And if you want to trace from where it is coming, you can go to 7 page and number 3 section. So this is 24 volt is connected to the number 3 terminal of the damper. Okay, so you can refer to the damper actuator wiring for more detailed understanding. In your case, you may have different damper, but this damper is from Honeywell. So number 3 is like 24 volt. So 24 volt AC is directly connected to number 3 terminal of the damper, and then two number it shall be neutral. So neutral is directly connected. Here are the terminal numbers of our panel: 9, 10 and 11. On number 10 terminal we have the on off command. This on off command is also 24 volt, but it is through the relay contact. When relay will open, our damper will start opening, and when this relay is closed, our damper will start closing. But this is like you can set over the damper actuator. There is a direction switch, so by using that you can select that. So this is the concept behind wiring for the damper. So I think it is similar than all. We have like enable disable commands, they need only 2 points, and for the dampers we need like 3 points. Now let us move to the digital input signals, how they are wired. So here are the digital inputs. First of all, we have module number 1 and digital input 1, and this is supply fan run status for FIA. AHU FIA. For mixed IO modules, we have only one common signal for all the digital inputs, which is terminated on 41. As you can see here, this 41 is coming to 137 terminal, and then it is being looped on the terminals. This you can see here, it is looped only on the terminals from 137 terminal to 139. Then there is a loop for all these digital input points for this module. And then number 1, this digital input is coming to 138. Here our supply fan run status cable will be connected, and then as you can see here, from the module we are taking only one wire for each run status for each digital input. So this one common is one common is looped for all the digital inputs. This will not be case for the CLIOP 823 digital input module, because there we have two cables coming from the module for each digital input, but for the mixed IO it is different. Yeah, now here you can say these are spare points, and this is input digital input module, and you can see from each module, from each point we are taking two wires directly to the terminals, like similarly you can see here, and there will not be a loop from one terminal to the other terminal. This video is getting a little bit longer, but I want you to understand completely about the DCP drawing, so next time you can read a drawing very effectively. And now let's talk about analog output signals. Now let's talk about analog output signals. Here we have similarly mixed IO module number 1, analog output 1. This is a cooling valve command. So what points we have here? These points are coming to this 569, 70, 71, 72 terminals. Okay. For similar to the dampers, for cooling valves also need 24 volt AC signal. So first 2 points we have, these are 24 volt AC power supply for the valve actuator, and then next 2 points are the 0 to 10 volt signal commands, which are directly coming from the module. So 24 volt AC power, and then 24 volt then 0 to 10 volt command signal. So here you can use also 3 wires. Here 4 wires are shown, but since this 24 volt common is of the modules, and for the transformer power supply are the same, so we can use 3 wires for the command also. Like common will be only 1 wire, and then 24 volt power and output signal. So no need for the 4 wires, but since it is done in this drawing, so we are using that. But in your case, if it is a scenario your 24-volt power common and the common of the module are same, you can use 3 wires only. So all other analog output modules, analog outputs are same. So then here we have analog outputs for the humidifier. Here we don't need any 24-volt power supply. We need only 0 to 10 volt signal for the humidifier control. So we are using that only. Now let's move to the analog input signals. So first of all, we have supply duct temperature and humidity sensors. We have temperature terminated on analog input 1 and humidity terminated on analog input 2. This is also an active device which use for the humidity we need 24-volt power supply. So first of all, we have this 623 and 624 terminals are 24-volt power supply, and here are the terminals of the supply duct temperature sensor where we will terminate these wires 24-volt. And then we have common for the module, and then 0 to 10 volt signal for the temperature, because this is an active sensor and we are using 0 to 10 volt signal for the temperature also. So on number 4, from number 4 we are taking 0 to 10 volt signal for the temperature value, and then from number 3 we are taking 0 to 10 volt signal for the humidity. So like this, total we need 5 core cable to get the temperature and the humidity signal. Similar are the wirings for the other sensors here. So here we have feedback from the cooling valve actuators. Here we need only 2 wires because it's a 0 to 10 volt signal only for the feedback to know about the position of the cooling valve actuator. So here all we have cooling valve actuator feedbacks. Okay, then here we have spare points. Okay, in every panel you will find about 20% or 10% spare points as per your project specs. So guys, that's all for this video. If you find this video useful, please like this video and subscribe to the channel for more useful videos.